Hello, this is the TradeTech Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 1st of March, ending Friday, the 6th of March, 2019. Welcome to March. Here's the dollar index daily chart. Came down hard this week. We had some good winners. Nothing to complain about. At the same time, it hit a static trend line and it's found support right there so far. Let's go through the major daily charts. The euro dollar, the inverse of the dollar index, sitting at a static trend line as well. Go figure. Pound dollar, this thing's been pretty flat for a while. Finally broke a little bit under the lows. So we had a good week from that perspective. The Aussie dollar is at new lows. The euro yen tried to break down, couldn't. The pound yen did better at breaking down. Pound Swiss is what it is, and the New Zealand dollar pair at all-time lows at this point in time. Not super exciting. You look at 30-minute candles. High to low for the week is 250 pips. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty boring. Thursday, Friday, we moved. High to low of the week on the pound dollar, which came back the other way, right, and actually reversed to the downside, was also only about 200, well, a little more than 250 pips, but it had a downside bent, right, so we kind of moved that way. So we had several big winners during the week. It was not bad for Forex, but, obviously the major stuff's in stocks and futures because the market's moving a little bit wickedly, and it is what it is. Let's go through the economic data coming out this week. Sunday, AIG Manufacturing Index out of Australia, Overseas Trade Index out of New Zealand, Capital Spending out of Japan, MI Inflation Gauge out of Australia's company operating profits, and ANZ job advertisements out of Australia, Final Manufacturing PMI out of Japan, Caxton Manufacturing PMI out of China. All right, that's just Sunday. Monday, commodity prices out of Australia, Spanish and Swiss and Italian and French, German manufacturing PMI numbers, along with the broad European sector and the UK. That takes us then, Canada's got the same number, US has the same number, and we've got the ISM manufacturing PMI number here in the US at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Japan's got their monetary base, Australia's got building approvals and current account rate announcement out of Australia Monday night, going into Tuesday, really. Japan's got the 10-year bond auction and consumer confidence. Swiss GDP, French government balance, Spanish unemployment change, Italian monthly unemployment rate, construction PMI out of the UK, Europe's CPI, PPI, the unemployment rate, New Zealand's GDT price index. You got the IBD tip economic optimism number out of the US, Ward's total vehicle sales out of the US, FOMC member, Meister speaking here in the US, AIG construction index out of Australia, building consents, and ANZ commodity prices out of New Zealand. Now we're heading into Wednesday with Australia's GDP, Caxton Services PMI here in China. By the way, there's a lot of data here. None of it's big stuff out of Europe or the US. German retail sales, Swiss CPI, Spanish, Italian, French, German, and broad European and UK services PMI, and then the European retail sales number. ADP non-farm employment change, Canada's labor productivity, U.S. final services PMI. We got the Bank of Canada rate announcement at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Crude oil inventory is 30 minutes later here in the U.S. Beige book here in the U.S. at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade balance out of Australia. 30-year bond auction Thursday. OPEC meetings, Spanish, French, 10-year bond auction, challenger job cuts, revised non-farm productivity, unemployment claims, that's the initial and continuing claims number every week at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Factory orders at 10, natty gas at 10. A couple of Fed members speaking, or it's actually not even Fed members, it's Bank of England, Bank of Canada. AIG Services Index, the household spending number out of Japan, retail sales out of Australia, leading indicators out of Japan on Friday at midnight Eastern Time. German factory orders out of Europe, French trade balance, Halifax HPI out of the UK, Italian retail sales. Canada's got their trade balance and the unemployment rate. Those are two big ones, and the U.S. has the same. Two of our big three are both at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday. So after a week with a lot of data, none of it matters to the U.S. until we get to this number, and it's two of our big three. So we'll be half size ahead of Friday's numbers, and then final wholesale inventories and consumer credit here in the U.S. is what it is. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week and